fast. Gotta be fast this week. Hi guys, welcome back. It has been 2 weeks since my video that was very chaotic and a little bit crazy. And if it seems like I am in a hurry, it is because we got a dog. So if you guys did anything fun this week that you would like to share, please do so in the comments. But for us, the fun thing that we did was we adopted a dog. If you watched last video, you probably saw that we were talking to an adoption coordinator and going to an event on the weekend, and we did take the dog that we were talking about home. I'm gonna like flash things on the screen maybe, or put pictures up somewhere if they fit. But we've named her Junie, which is short for Juniper. She is 3 years old. She's like some kind of terrier mix. We've decided we're going to wait a little bit to DNA test her just because buying all of the dog stuff was kind of expensive to start, so we're kind of waiting. The first couple of days were really hard. Let me just make this clear. The first couple of days she actually just slept a lot. What was really hard was nighttime, because we were told that she did really great in the crate, and then we brought her home, and in our house she is not doing great in the crate. So we tried for a couple of nights. The first night I slept on the floor. The second night she slept fine because she was, I don't know, really tired and sort of decompressing. And then the third night, she freaked out. We were like really worried she was gonna hurt herself, and we were like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna give up. She sort of designated our living room as her safe space. And so we're like, okay, as long as we puppy proof it and she stays in there, then she can sleep wherever she wants. But she's not allowed in the bed. That's a boundary that we have been sort of trying to work on with her. And for the most part, the first couple days she would like get a little frustrated, and then she would come in and kind of bark at us a little bit. The first time she did it, it was like 10 minutes, and then she gave up and went to bed. And then the second night she did it, like it's been gradually getting shorter, so she, like the door's open, so she could come in, and we had dog beds in the room, but she like gets annoyed that she's not allowed in our bed, and then instead drags the dog beds into the living room. And we're like, you know what, whatever. Like I put another dog bed in the bedroom in case she wants it, but she doesn't really like to be in there. And we don't really allow her to go in by herself because she has peed in the rug in there. So she kind of snuck off and went to the bathroom, which was my bad because I skipped a potty break. I was feeling a little overwhelmed and I needed a little bit of an emotional release. I'm doing a lot better, but I definitely hit my like puppy blues in the beginning, which was a mess. So the last couple of nights, like last night she didn't wake us up at all. The night before, if we lay in bed and she's tired and we don't get up and make a lot of noise and get her excited by going around her, she's like fine. She doesn't even care. But if we do get her, like if she gets excited because we come out into the room or anything, she'll follow us into the bedroom and like bark. But now it's like a minute, 2 minutes. So it's not very long. Anyway, we're really excited to have her. She's like super cute. She's got like some health things that we're working through right now. Like she's really itchy, so she's got like a medicated soap that we have to bathe her like once every 1 or 2 weeks. And we did that this weekend, and that was an ordeal. It was definitely a 2-person job. Like I know they're like introduce your dog slowly to the bathroom in the bath, but we really couldn't do that because she needs the bath. Like we have to follow what the vet said. So we just sort of went for it, and we realized very quickly that when she is stressed out, there is nothing you can bribe her with that will get her to just like let it happen. Like we smeared peanut butter on the tub, we put treats in there, nothing. So we're like, okay, so the strategy now is go fast, be fast, which is hard when you need to like let the soap sit. So we were like, okay, if we just keep like rubbing the soap in, she has no idea that we're waiting. So we just rubbed the soap in for like 5 minutes. Oh, and then like other health stuff is like she has heartworm, or she had heartworm. We're hoping she had heartworm, but she just finished, like she's about 4 weeks or so out from her last injection. So we're allowed to take her now, according to the vet, like on little walks, which is really helping with her energy as she gets more settled and excited. But she still can't like do certain things. So like we're not taking her to like dog parks or doggy daycare, or really like letting her get super duper excited. And then like, you know, maybe like a month from now or so, like then we're allowed to introduce more, where maybe she can go jogging with my partner and we can start introducing her to more dogs to play. But for now, it's like she's not really allowed to get excited. And the reason for that is when your dog has heartworm and they get treated, the worms are like dying. And so as they're dying, bits and pieces break off. And if they get really excited, you can cause a big chunk to break off, which can then cause a heart attack. A little bit scary, but if you're paying attention to your dog and everything seems fine, like you should be okay. She's like not super into toys, but she is really into toys that do like distribute food. So we have like a wobble toy that we introduced to her for like meal times, like it was raining a little bit, so we put her food in there because we were worried that she like was bored and we weren't sure if we were gonna be able to take her on a walk. She loves it. But like in terms of like chew toys and like squeaky things, I bought her this like little raccoon that has like a crinkle tail and a little squeaker, which I'm really paying attention in case she rips into it because I don't want her to eat the squeaker. But she really likes that. I bought her a snuggle puppy, which was just not worth the investment because it's just become like a glorified chew toy now, and I don't even know how much she's into it, so it just, that happened. She's settling in great. She's very sweet. She like hasn't gotten into anything really. Like the most she's done is like sometimes she's barking at us when she really wants something or she's frustrated. We're still working on potty training to make sure she doesn't have access, so we're really trying to get into a routine. The big thing that sort of makes all of this difficult is that we're trying to get her used to me being in this office. Originally, my thought was that she was going to be allowed to be in here, but I realized that it's hard for dogs to understand that she is sometimes allowed to be in here with me. And so what I figured it's probably best to start with is that she's not allowed. But that means getting her used to me being in here and her out there. And so I kind of have to do it in increments during the day. And so right now I'm starting with 10, and you may see like the camera shift and stuff as we do this because I want her to get used, like I don't want her to freak out, but I have to kind of build up to being away from her for longer. Like once the camera hits 10 minutes, I'm gonna stop the video, go out for a little while, and then come back in. Basically, like because I don't want her to be in here all the time, like I have to enforce it of like she's not allowed to be in here at all right now. We make it a gate where like she can see me through the door or she can see into the room. I don't know how we're gonna do that really. We have to decide. I know we have to decide quickly because we sort of need to establish it now while she's still getting used to things, but that's why that makes this video sort of complicated. And so like I'm hoping to do some drawing, but I don't really know how far we're gonna get because like we're trying to also desensitize her to like the door, like coming and going from the door. So I'm gonna like take the trash out, I'm gonna go check the mail, and I'm gonna film her. We're trying to figure out like what her threshold is. She did really good when my partner and I were in different rooms for about 8 minutes over the weekend at one point. And so we're hopeful that she'll be okay, but we just have to kind of monitor and sort of build her up to us being gone for periods of time. She's pretty independent and like she, you know, sleeps in a different room from us even with the door open. So we're hopeful, but we don't want to push it and then cause a problem later. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause now and then I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna film more of the intro. Okay, I went back out there. I made some frozen little licky treats they're like calming treats, so I'm not gonna give them to her all the time, but I bought these molds so I could make them to put them in this thing called like a popsicle. The things that like we've noticed about her, like in the first couple days she sort of slept a lot and now we're seeing a little bit more of her personality, is like sometimes she can be a little headstrong. She's never like overly assertive. And she makes these like cute little noises that sound like, if you've ever watched Blue's Clues and the way that like Blue, sometimes it's like, she like makes noises like that, which is like super duper cute. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a clip of it, but it's great. She's a really good doggy. She's been doing really good. I was really worried initially because I wasn't sleeping, and I think like the lack of sleep was honestly driving me insane. Like I was going nuts. I honestly like don't have a huge idea of what I'm gonna be drawing this week. I think it's just gonna be me sort of figuring out what to draw in general. I don't know. I really don't know how much art is gonna get done right now. I think it's gonna be like a gradual work back up to making a lot of art because we're trying to help her adjust. Like my whole life the past week has just been dog. Like that has been my life for like the whole week. My hair is a mess. I'm still pretty tired because the routine is just like a lot of like going in and out that I'm not used to. I'm pooped, but I'm having a good time. My plan is, if over this week that I don't get drawing footage on the days that my partner is not home, then what I'll probably try to do is get footage when my partner is home, and I should be able to hang out in here and do some drawing while he's here and just sort of flip things around and figure out how to do it. That's all I'm really doing. That's what's going on. I've been trying to be very like low key and reserved because I have 2 doors shut, but I know she can still hear me in here. I'm pushing it a little bit to kind of see how long she can be without me, but I think we're doing a-okay. If I look like a mess, that's just gonna be the way it is for this part. To be honest, I haven't made any art yet, and I'm planning to make some today and to work on some stuff, and I'm gonna film it, and then I might do some voiceover and then just put it on top. Yeah, I'm trying to be really quiet because Junie doesn't know that I'm in here right now. And because my partner is working from home today, I can be in here and he can watch her, and then I can focus on making art stuff. I have to figure out a way that I can make art out there, but because it's hard, like I don't have like the angles or anything for out there, so it's just like a little bit harder to do. Yeah, I'm really tired. It's honestly been really nice. She's like coming out of her shell more. We did find out that from like the vet called us yesterday and let us know that she doesn't have heartworm anymore, which is great, but that still means that we still have to wait for her before she can like fully exercise. And then unfortunately we found out that she has hookworm. We thought it was roundworm, but no, she has hookworm, which apparently is pretty common for dogs from Texas, so that sucks. I'm really tired. I think it's just like the transitioning of like, there's so much more to do in the day now, and there's like so much more to pay attention to that I'm like exhausted even though I'm sleeping through the night. Part of me is like, it's so easy to be like, oh my god, it's so great, it's so fun. But I do feel like we're having like a uniquely somewhat easier experience with this dog than I think we anticipated and that a lot of people on the internet do. So I just wanted to like put a disclaimer of like, not every dog is going to be like this when you adopt them. And also like there are things that she does that can be kind of frustrating. If you are struggling with a new rescue dog, I totally get it. Like when you adopt a shelter dog, like you really don't know what they're gonna be like. And I think we just got lucky that she's sort of settling in and doing pretty well. And I can tell she's bored. We can tell that she really wants to socialize and she can't right now. She's not really allowed to per like the vet because of the heartworm stuff, so she can't get really excited. So normally like if she wasn't heartworm positive, we already probably would have been engaging with a doggy daycare. And I know doggy daycare is like controversial and not everybody likes it. There are some nice ones close to us that we've been talking to and just sort of figuring out which one we want to go with. And it's like really helpful for me because then, you know, I can have a day where she's not here and I can do more stuff without having to think about what she's doing and figuring out how to moderate, like, okay, how do I make it so that she's okay, that I'm not around? So that's like a thing. And also having somewhere she can go where she can like run around, hang out with other dogs and get all of her energy out and everything would be great because like we're not gonna be like doggy daycare everyday people. That's a lot of doggy daycare. And she also has like an old like shoulder injury and a paw injury that makes her a little sensitive. So we're like maybe like once, maybe twice a week, depending on how she does. But it would be like gaps. If we could, we would be doing that already, but we can't right now. So, and we can just tell that like she's getting frustrated that she can't meet dogs and people and she wants to and she can't. Like she could meet more people, but we don't really want her to like demand to meet everybody, which is something that she sometimes tries to do, which is like, she's not like a tugger, she's like a planter. So she'll just stop going and then she'll just face whoever she wants to meet and then just wait. The more she does it, the more stubborn she gets about wanting to keep going, especially if she's tired. If we've walked and she's tired and then she just sort of waits and she's like, I don't want to go. She also protests too if like we are changing directions and she wanted to keep going the other way. Like it's hard to kind of entice her to go. So that's like a struggle thing that we're doing, but it's a very mild thing compared to, I think, challenges that other people have with their rescue dogs. The fact that we're just able to have a situation where she lets us sleep makes us more emotionally able to handle some of the harder stuff. I just wanted to like empathize a little bit of like, if you are struggling with a rescue dog, like I get it. I have like been reading all of the forums and things and trying to figure stuff out. Even though she's like a little bit easier, trying to figure out like what is the right thing to do and what is not the right thing to do is like so much work. And you think you're like so prepared for having a dog, and then you have a dog and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, I don't really have a plan of like what I'm gonna draw today. I think I'm just gonna draw. If I sound tired, I am tired. I've also like, this is just like the most active that I've been in a while. I'm like hitting my step goals like every day now. I think she could probably go on like longer walks if we wanted to, or like more involvement. We're like purposely like slowing her down even though we're taking her for a little while. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Most of yesterday and Monday was like, it ended up being sort of managing her and kind of figuring out what to do next. Like we were both talking about like wanting to engage a trainer because we really she doesn't know anything. So, and we can't really figure out a way of like, okay, how do we engage her in training in a way that she's not frustrated all the time? Like a little bit of frustration I think is okay, but it's like where she's like overexcited and like way too like can't focus and sort of indignant. I also have to order more stuff on Chewy. Okay, one thing at a time. So basically, this is all of the footage that I have for this week. I worked on these like decompression doodles for the most part, and then once I was done, the rest of the week was just sort of, it went. I didn't end up filming more, and that's part of the reason why I think next time I'm just gonna let her come into the office with me, because it's really hard for me to work not in the office, and if she wants to hang out with me there, that's fine, whatever. We're working with Junie right now on being alone. We've actually been talking to a trainer who's been giving us a lot of really great tips. The good thing is that we don't think that she has like separation anxiety. The not so fun thing is that this is going to be something we're going to need to work on, and so it's going to be a very noisy process, but hopefully not too noisy. The hidden blessing is that in general she's not very loud, but she does get a little bit howly and a little bit barky sometimes when we're gone, and you can hear it in the hallway. I don't know if our neighbors can hear it. We haven't gotten any sort of complaint yet, but eventually, depending on how it goes, I may end up making some cookies and taking them over to people to just be like, I'm sorry, she's loud, we're working on it. Honestly, the filming that I was doing this week after we had just gotten her, I was exhausted the whole time. Like, I was looking back at this footage and some of the stuff that I was talking about, and I was like, I don't even remember talking about these things. I don't remember filming these things. I was just that tired. She's doing really good, and I'm hopeful that next time, like, unfortunately, the video, this one's just kind of and it's just gonna be what it is. The most important thing to me is just continuing to try my best to be on schedule, and so we're doing that, and next week hopefully will be much better, since I'm totally caving and I'm just gonna let her be in the office with me so I can get stuff done. But I feel like that's almost a consolation prize for her, because yeah. In exchange for allowing us to leave her alone for periods of time, she is allowed to hang out with me at the desk. And I don't think she'll get into too much. I just worry sometimes about like the plushies in my office and some of the little figures, but we'll just figure it out as we go. She really doesn't get into anything when she's in the living room. I just don't know if she's gonna make a fit, because like the living room is her safe space and she's used to me kind of being in there. We'll see. Maybe I'll play with it a little bit this week just to see how she goes. You know what? I didn't even finish these decompression pages. Like, the rest of this footage, this is all I was able to get done, and then I just sort of collapsed. Not like actually, I didn't actually collapse, I'm fine. But I did just have a hard time continuing. This was about all I got done. If you stuck it out through this video where I spent most of my time talking about my dog, thank you so much. I promise next time there will be much more art and maybe some more live stuff, I don't know. It's sort of hard right now because when I'm walking her, I'm so focused on getting her to continue walking that I can't really film, and I forget to do it, to be honest. So maybe next time I'll try a little bit more to have more footage of me, and maybe you'll see Junie more. If you like this video and you would like to see more, hopefully better videos later, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I post every 2 weeks on Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern. You can find me here. You can also find me on Blue Sky, although I haven't been using it right now because I haven't really been making art after, you know, I don't know. I feel like we've had the whammy of like health stuff, then dog, now trying to figure out like how to balance it all out again. We'll get there eventually. We just have to be patient and keep going. Anyway, that's all for me this week. It's a little bit shorter, but you know, there's always next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.